okay, let's just take one last run down like a regular, run. And I went to go do, I went toe side, and then I just like tried to like flip around by doing a 180, and the nose of my board got stuck in the ice, and I just whipped into the ice, and I just felt it like crack. And my best friend, like, we've been going together for super long. Yeah, and she was like, Kendall, get up, and I was like, She's like, get up, you're fine. She's seen me eat shit so many times. And I was like, not this time. I looked inside, and there was just like, I saw like white and red. So my bone was like popping out through my skin. And yeah, I had to go to the hospital.
Holy.
Got surgery, was on bed rest for like 3 months. This was right before I went to Icon, because I was thinking, this is a stupid like, what I call it, comparison, but I was thinking about like either just like staying a snowboard bum or moving to LA, going to Icon, becoming a musician.
What's up guys, Celine here from Sidewalk, and today we will be interviewing Kendoll. So let's start out with where you grew up. I know you grew up in Seattle. What was that like?
It's very dark and dreary, but there's a good house music scene.
Oh.
It's mainly a local scene, so like it was very important for me to break out of that local scene. And I really wanted to like, I was DJing for so long, ever since I was 16. And I was
How
like,
did you get into DJing?
I actually started like, I raved a lot when I was younger. And then I was like, I want to be more involved. So I started writing for blogs. And then I was like, but I love the music so much that I like want to do something with it. So I started DJing. And then I was like, wait, but I want to make the music that I'm playing out. So then that's what sent me to Icon. Because I was like, I just want to learn everything I need to know, basically.
So you moved out to LA, how old were you when you moved out?
I think I was 19.
And you just moved straight to school?
Yeah, I didn't know anybody in LA. I just sent it. It was scary, but worth it.
Did your parents support you?
Oh yeah, they definitely do. Well, they, like, this sort of thing was like, I just didn't like school. Like, I'm not bad at it by any means, but if I don't care about something, I'm not gonna do it. Like, that's just kind of shitty behavior, but still.
Were you a troublemaker in school?
Yes.
Really?
Very badly.
So what did you do in school that made you a troublemaker?
I mean, they referred to me as high-spirited. I went to Catholic school.
Oh.
Oh,
no.
Not the place for me. Basically, I think the worst thing that happened was I didn't like this kid in my chemistry class.
Hey, good.
And I took his backpack like before the bell rang, and I just threw it underneath the sink in the chemistry room. Just like, it was like harmless, because I wanted him to like try and find it, but I hit a sewage collector, so the thing shattered. So we're all sitting down, we all smell the smell, nobody saw me do it, and we'd evacuate the classroom, and no one would come forward saying like who did it. And so we had to go into this other room, and everybody had to write down on a note card who they thought it was.
Oh my god.
I literally remember putting my note card up there, and everyone else said Kendoll. Like, I just saw like Kendoll written on there, and I put the name of the kid's backpack that I threw under there, and I got suspended. That was at Christian school. There was some more serious things in high school, like getting caught drunk at a high school football game gets you suspended.
Oh wow.
There's a long list, to be honest.
It just keeps going
and going. Yes.
Why were you in a Catholic Christian school?
So my parents are not even that Christian or anything, but both my parents, like my mom was a NFL cheerleader and my dad was a string linebacker for the Seahawks.
Is that how they met?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
cute.
Super cute story. They're still together. But they just like wanted the best education for us, and private school seemed to be the way to go. But honestly, they didn't even like you know, the way that like I was treated and stuff, and they didn't completely supported me moving to public school, and they just didn't fit that vibe of these like super intense Christians, you know?
Yeah.
But they just wanted a good education for me. It was really expensive to go.
Jeez.
And
did you have siblings too?
yeah, I have an older brother.
So both of you guys went too?
Yeah, we went, and he left to go to the same public school, didn't like it, and then came back to Christian school and graduated from there. We're opposites.
Oh, so he liked private school.
I guess so. Who likes private school?
I actually grew up in private school too, and I also left.
Yeah, most people do.
It's so like sheltered. I feel like you don't really.
Yeah.
It's the same thing over and over again. It's like very like.
It's so great. Like just like one-sided. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you moved to LA, was it like a culture shock to you, or have you been to LA before that?
I'd been to LA before.
Okay.
My mom started working in fashion.
Oh.
As I you know, when she like retired and everything. So I went to LA Fashion Week as her assistant, and we toured Icon Collective, and she was like, I've never seen you like look so excited in your entire life, so we're gonna send you there, but like this is your last chance sort of thing. And yeah, I mean, like I'd been to California like 2 times before that.
Yeah.
And it was super fun, but I really didn't know anybody there. I just wanted to go to school, figured I'd make friends.
Yeah.
You know.
See what's up, see what's out there.
Yeah.
How was Icon? What was that like for you?
It was amazing, actually. So, I mean, the classes were super important, but what I found, like when I did the Q&A, I told the students, like, make as many connections as possible. You know, like, go to office hours, work with your, you know, your friends in class. No matter what genre they make, you can like still like pick up little tricks from them, and it just makes your production better. It just make the most out of that year, because if you just kind of like dilly-dally through it,
yeah,
you know, a lot of people
go home.
Yeah, a lot of people just kind of like quit after Icon. It's like I had all these connections with the teachers, and just, you know, I signed my first release actually while I was still in Icon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. So that really made like a career for you, I guess, going to Icon.
Yeah. I mean, like after Icon, it was like mainly a lot of homework and stuff. Like I was busy 24/7, just strictly on like, you know, doing everything with Icon. And I was like at office hours until it like closed and stuff like that. So I moved back home for a little bit just to like decompress, and just worked my ass off like trying to find my sound. And I like finally kind of got into the flow of things and ended up signing a bunch of tracks. So yeah, and then moved back here.
Okay. How do you get your inspiration for your music? I know you do a lot of like house.
I actually listen to a lot of different genres.
Okay.
And I take, you know, like I like to do like kind of multi-genre stuff. And so I take a lot of parts from different genres that I listen to. But the thing is, you can't like always have inspiration, to be honest. So it kind of comes in waves. Like I always tell people, it's like surfing. It's like you sit there and you wait for the right wave, and when that wave comes, you ride it, you know?
It's a good analogy.
Oh my god, it was a thorn!
No.
Ow! Damn it.
You want me to cut that out?
I don't care. It's kind of on brand, honestly.
Just typical Kendoll things.
Yeah.
Matches your hair as well, the pinks.
It does. Cute.
What are the challenges? What are some of the challenges that you've faced in the music industry?
But yeah, it's like fear of success. Like, you know, once you make that track that everybody loves and knows you for, it's like you worry about, can you live up to that standard? Is the next track you're gonna make be just as good? You know, like there's so many things that like cloud your head, essentially, that you need to get rid of in order to just be you and be creative. Because you get this idea like you're supposed to be doing, you know, what, you know, everyone expects of you. Yeah, but really you should just do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, so you gotta like remind yourself that you're the artist, you can do whatever you want, and you just kind of have to clear all that out of your head, especially with labels. Like I've been
you've been in a lot of labels.
Yeah, and I think that's a thing that I'm kind of trying to pivot away from a little bit, because I mean, each label has their own sound, and you end up tailoring your music to that certain sound, and then it's not fully you. So I mean, I'm kind of doing that right now. But like, if I make a track and it fits and I don't have to like really tailor it to a certain sound, then hell yeah. But I kind of just like block that out of my head, like, you know, with any of the labels that I'm on. Just like, I don't have to make stuff like this if I don't want to, you know, because sometimes it becomes exhausting. Yeah,
that's true. I feel like after working with so many labels too, it's like you have to know their sound and like know what they like, so it's like a lot going on.
There's just so many like things that will cloud your mind that makes you so like stressed and overwhelmed that when you make music, you're just like, I don't even know what the hell I'm making right now. Like, I mean, the best part about music is just like screwing around and making happy accidents and just like kind of just making your own random shit, you know?
How long does it usually take for you to finish a song?
It completely depends. There's a couple tracks that have taken me 3 months, and there's tracks that have literally taken me 3 hours. Like, Rabbit Hole on Psycho Disco. I went over to my friend's house, I wrote down the beat, and I was like, okay, I got like an Alice in Wonderland kind of vibe, like something about a rabbit hole, like too deep down the rabbit hole, and he just laid it down, and then we finished it.
Wow.
So, you know, it totally depends. Like, the flow really, you know, once you get into a flow
then
and you're having a good day, then you just like, I don't know, knock it out of the park.
What is up and coming for you?
So obviously Beyond, which I've been working so hard on creating like a whole new kind of rebranding set with multi-genre kind of stuff. I love house music, obviously, but
I saw you at Space Yacht too a couple times.
Oh yeah, it's like people love when you throw in drum and bass. Like, I've been throwing in like Jersey Club, and you know, I throw techno into my sets. It's just a nice break from the constant like like people go nuts for it. And I mean, I love so many different electronic music genres that, you know, it's like, why should I not be able to make them? And that's, once again, like, societal standards. They're like, they expect you to make this type of music, but like, I can do whatever I want. You know?
No, definitely. Sorry, what was up and coming for you? I know you said Beyond Wonderland, kind of got off track there.
Tangents. I have Dallas this next weekend. It's a pool party.
That'd be fun.
Can't not be excited for a pool party. I've got 2 releases coming out each month the next couple of months. They're not really announced yet, but you will hear soon. And then just a lot of club shows. I'm going back to Atlanta to go play a Psycho Disco show, which is like a label that I started out with. And they're kind of like a family, so that's really exciting. What else? Halloween show. Can't really announce a lot of this. I'm not gonna tell you where, but there's like
generally
there's just shows coming in like crazy, because I mean, I kind of fell off during quarantine just because it was a shitty year. And lately, like this whole year, I've just been cranking out music. So there's like, it's like people are like, oh, release this, but it's like there's a time that you have, like, there's a long amount of time before you can actually release something, because there's so much to prepare. So I have it all ready to go. It's just like 2022 kind of gonna be the year.
Do you think 2020 has affected a lot of your music or your inspiration?
I mean, I had a rough go of it with just some people I was working with, and I kind of felt like I was in a creative box. And also the fact of like, you know, being like, oh, I just like lost my job essentially. I'm moving back home, you know, because like,
oh, you moved back to Seattle during
because the only income I had was from playing shows to large crowds of people. So like, obviously I had to move back. So yeah, that sucked. So that affected my work a lot. It was like, it felt like a really nice break for a little bit, because I was on the road like 2 to 3 times a week. And it got to a point where I was just like, I don't know if this is ever coming back. Like, I don't know what to do. But yeah, it was a big setback for me. So, I mean, my plan is to come back harder than ever.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Next year.
It's in the works.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
What do you usually do to like de-stress or like figure things out? Like
surfing, going to the beach, running, trying to do more of. I gained the COVID-19, so I need to get back on that. But skateboarding, during the winter, snowboarding, those are kind of like my happy places. That's just like
I saw your email.
Carefree. What?
When you shared your location on Getting to Me,
Did it say I live to snowboard? That's my Hotmail email. I live to snowboard at hotmail.com.
I was like, oh, she snowboards. I see.
Oh God. Yeah, I've been doing that since I was like 10 or 11.
Is there? Okay, I know there's snowboarding in Seattle, like the Washington area. Is there like surfing there? I haven't really heard of people.
You can go like down south towards Oregon. Westport's a good way to go, but you gotta wear a wetsuit. That's for sure. It's freaking cold. Nowhere near as good as California.
Yeah.
I'm also not that good at surfing. I can wake surf super well.
So you like surfing?
I lived on a lake, but I do love surfing. But like I'm not very good at it, but it's still just very calming.
I feel like you're a very like sports on the board person.
I'm a board sport person.
That was board sport.
Yeah, I can wakeboard, skateboard, wake surf, snowboard, etc.
Yeah, I'm like, what else is there?
I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
That's so
I think I'm the worst at like surfing now. The best at snowboarding probably, and then skating.
Can you like do hit boxes and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I was a park rat. I have very many broken bones, so not right now, but like I broke it like just crippling me. Yeah, I have like a fake collarbone. I had to get surgery. It's metal.
How old were you?
This was like 4 years ago.
What happened?
It was one of those nights where me and my friends were drinking. We were at the park. We were just killing it, like hitting boxes, hitting rails, hitting jumps and stuff. Oops, sorry. And we're like, okay, let's just take one last run down like a regular, run. And I went to go do I went toe side, and then I just like tried to like flip around by doing a 180, and the nose of my board got stuck in the ice, and I just whipped into the ice, and I just felt it like crack. And my best friend, like, we've been going together for super long. Yeah, and she was like, Kendall, get up. And I was like, She's like, get up, you're fine. She's seen me eat shit so many times. And I was like, not this time. I looked inside, and there was just like, I saw like white and red. So my bone was like popping out through my skin. And yeah, I had to go to the hospital. Got surgery, was on bed rest for like 3 months. This was right before I went to Icon, because I was thinking, this is a stupid like, what do I call it, comparison, but I was thinking about like either just like staying a snowboard bum or moving to LA, going to Icon, becoming a musician, which I was already making music beforehand, but I was like, you know what, this isn't gonna get me anywhere. And I love music so much, so definitely chose Icon.
Do you think that accident kind of propelled you to go to Icon?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I couldn't really like do anything for the longest time, and it kind of made some clarity for me, like, oh, this is what I want to do, honestly.
Wow.
Because I mean, I can snowboard on the side.
Yeah.
All I want. And yeah.
Wow, I feel like you have the most like interesting stories. I'm kind of just like, what other interesting stories have happened to you in your life?
Oh man, don't even know where to begin. Lots of them stem from my Candy Kid raver days. Yeah.
I feel like I started raving when I was, I think, 15 too, so it was like a long time ago. But I feel like back then it was like a very different environment.
Yeah, it was. I mean, in Seattle it was all like, for like my age, it was all like Candy Kid, like side transfers, gabby raves, hardstyle, happy hardcore, stuff like that. Yeah, so that's what I kind of grew up on, and so I have a lot of love for that as well. Like I love all genres of electronic music.
Would you ever make like a side trance or happy hardcore track?
So I've been working with tempo automation in my tracks.
Oh.
That's how I make my drum and bass flips. And so I'm actually currently trying to finish a track for Beyond that is a psytrance flip.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's actually sounding pretty cohesive, so I'm pretty stoked. But yeah, I love psytrance so much. Happy hardcore, I guess I would work more towards the hardcore instead of happy hardcore. Would really fit cohesively, but I still love happy hardcore.
What other types of music do you listen to other than EDM? Is it just EDM?
No.
You listen to everything?
I mean, here's the thing, like I'm listening to electronic music 24/7 when I'm working on music, and it gets exhausting.
Yeah.
So it's like the last thing I want to listen to when I'm like chilling.
True.
Like lo-fi house, like lo-fi rap or lo-fi hip hop. Sorry. I listen to like this is the best way I can explain it. Like indie, like gothic synthwave type of music. Like Black Marble is one of my favorite bands. Like Yumi Zuma, Boy Harsher. It's hard to think. Adult Lux is good. Just like post-punk stuff. And I like a lot of stuff, honestly.
Like you like everything. That's why you play all the genres.
Everything but country. I that stuff and I will stab myself in the ears.
I actually just came back from a bachelorette party and it was in Nashville.
Oh, I bet they played lots of country.
A week full of country. Just like every single bar had like an amazing country singer, and I was just like, okay, like I could see the appeal, I get it, but it was a lot of country.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
I mean, like I can handle it, but it's not ideal.
Yeah.
I guess is the best way I can put it.
Okay, and I guess I have one last question for you before fan questions. What do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for, you know, like starting off with one genre and making my way to like, I use ZZ as a big reference. So back in the day, in like 2010, you'd listen to these songs and be like, I don't know what the hell this genre is, but I love it, you know? So it's very multi-genre, very versatile. So I want to move from that like house music, like, you know, UK garage kind of stuff, bass house, to being like a very like kind of open format DJ and producer, and kind of making it from house stage to main stage. So, and like creating a brand, you know, like ZZ or Rez, that's like very, very, you know, easy to spot out. Yeah. And having that sound where when you listen to it, you're like, oh, that's Kendoll. Yeah. So
the signature sound.
Yep. So I kind of have a little bit of that. I mean, that's the hopes right now, and it's taking a lot of work to do. But I mean, I know what I want in my head. It's just a matter of
time,
spending so much time. So I'm hoping to kind of showcase a good amount of that at Beyond Wonderland at the end of this month. And then October 1st for Beyond Wonderland at the Gorge. I think I'm going to be like full throttle, like ready to go.
The Gorge is a beautiful venue.
Yeah. Oh, fun thing. So you remember the song Internet Friends by Night Party? Yeah. Definitely starting out my like entire set with that, but like I'm doing a full like remix of it. I'm really stoked on that.
Oh man, I wish I could be there for that. That sounds very lit.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Thank you for jumping on with us, and let's
Thank you
go
so much
to the fan questions.
Okay, fan questions.
There you go. So first one was, how did you start out your brand, and how did you market yourself when you first started out?
So it's funny because I was actually really stoned in a garage with my best friend. He's like, your name should be Kendoll. And he's like, my like gay best friend. He's like, you could be like biting the heads off of Barbie dolls in your set and like all this stuff. And I was like, okay, like I like the Kendoll thing, but like I don't know if I want to be associated with a plastic man. So I took that name, and then one of my best friends, Steffi, amazing artist, I was like, okay, so here's my logo, but I want the O in it to be a smiley face. And I got like 8 different versions of the smiley face, and then I realized like you could type out the one that I have, you know, just an X parentheses. Yeah. And it stuck so well, and I've been doing a lot with like custom clothing and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I kind of brand myself as like a fuck it attitude. Just encouraging people to do literally whatever the fuck that they want, you know, be yourself sort of thing, which I struggled during quarantine because, like, I don't know, shit happened, you know,
Yeah.
but yeah. I'm kind of like working on my branding a little bit right now since I'm rebranding, but
I
yeah,
guess
that logo is super marketable.
Makes sense. I mean, it's easy to type out too, so.
Yeah.
I guess the next question kind of ties into this. Where do you get your style?
My style actually stems from, I found a Jack Beats and old AC Slater track when I was like 16. And I was like, holy shit, I want to make this so bad. So that's why I like got into music production, and same as Zed's Dead and stuff like that. I don't really like to get my style from anyone. The way that I do sound design is I make like semi-basic patches on CRM, and then I resample them like 16 times and use plugins and like flip them backwards, stretch them out, pull different parts in, you know, like just like basically just mesh it up so much to the point where it like can't be copied, you know?
Oh, interesting.
So that's kind of how I do that.
Wow. What is your favorite country, and what is one country you really want to visit?
Indonesia is my favorite country. I love Bali. I actually plan on working my ass off this year and then having a little decompression month.
I'm actually Chinese Indonesian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Have you been?
I've been. I love Indonesia.
Yeah. I've been to Ubud 3 times.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very jungly.
Yes. I actually stayed inside of a rainforest
Oh.
last time I was there.
Wow.
It was just amazing. And then there's like the top 3 that I want to visit. I can't really decide, but it's Russia, Egypt, and Tokyo.
Ooh, Tokyo's amazing. Why Russia?
No. I honestly don't know. I just want to go. And Egypt looks sick.
I get Egypt. Egypt looks cool.
And also Germany would be cool too, because I want to go to Berghain. Yeah.
I've been to Berghain.
Oh no, it let you in.
I know, right?
Well, like not like.
What does that mean?
No, that wasn't even. I'm just like afraid that I'm gonna go there and then I'd be like, no.
I think
take one look at me and
from
they're like,
this
nah.
outfit, I think you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Do you think that it's people that are just like tryhards that don't get
there's
in?
like this random guy in a neon orange Puma tracksuit, like stuff like that, right? Or like some guy was using like a baseball jersey and like he was yelling at them when he was rejected and like
like a
come in
fratty
here all the
frat
time.
boy.
Yeah, like stuff like that. It's like I don't know. It's very very like everyone just wants to try, so it's like they have to really filter out the people. What was the best piece of advice that you've received?
I actually talked to Sam at Little Texas because I was just in such a creative rut during quarantine. And I talked to him about it and I felt like I was being kind of like controlled a little bit. And he's like, he just basically told me his life story. He's like, I just made whatever the hell I wanted to and it worked out, you know? And I think that's like a huge thing. It sounds so simple, but you know, it's like, do you. Like, do not like let those outside influences get to you. You have to shake those off, or else it's gonna make your music sound forced, and you're not gonna be as happy when you're making it. You know?
Yeah.
And you want to be happy. You want to be proud of your music, and just learn as much as you can. Like I still watch like YouTube videos, like because I'm just trying to learn as much as I can constantly, and sometimes that helps break through, you know, creative blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have any pets?
I have 2, Kenya and Coda. They're the loves of my life. I actually have a huge
Cats, dogs?
cats.
Oh, I have a cat too.
So Kenya's a calico. Coda's the chubbiest gray chartreuse boy. So he's got this beautiful like light blue gray kind of fur, and this like it's like bluish. And calico and Kenya has like these like really cool spots. She's like a little Monroe black spot.
Aww.
And they're like emotional support animals. Like I give them so much attention to the point where they like can't deal without not having attention. So they just like sit on the other side of my speakers while I'm working on music and just hang out.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, so they're really dope, and
Aww.
I love them very much. I actually have a like huge flag in my room that I photoshopped, so it's like my logo, and then I have Kenya photoshopped in there on one side, and she's pink, and then Coda on the other side, and I photoshopped.
That's so cute.
Changed the color to blue.
Aww.
Thinking about starting to sell them.
Would you ever do your hair pink and blue, half and half?
What?
Would you ever do your hair pink and blue, half and half?
I actually have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, actually I did pink in the back, and then like my 2 like my like bangs in the
That's
front
cute.
blue.
I'm gonna go look for that photo
Wait,
later.
wait, what colors did you ask?
Pink and blue.
Pink and blue. Okay, yes. Yeah.
Oh,
I thought maybe you said pink and black for a second. So
that would have been cool
no,
too.
can't do it. Never had dark hair. Don't think it would look good.
Okay, and I have one last question. How did you get your fashion sense from?
You know, I actually used to be very unfashionable because I went to Christian school and you wear plaid skirts and khakis and these weird vests with polos underneath. So like when I went to high school, I just like wore like Hollister and stuff.
Oh wow.
Even at Icon, like I dressed crappy. But you know, I ended up like just really getting into it. Like my thing kind of goes like music, fashion, and then film is really important to me. And I like just making statements and being myself. And I do a lot of research on that. I'm working with somebody right now that kind of, she's a stylist. And she just like finds things for me. And she's like, you need this. And I'm like, this is perfect. You know me. So I think making a statement is really cool. I also like making my own clothes. Like, I like having
clothes.
Yeah, like I made my own jumpsuit for Sunset Music Festival. Painted the whole thing. Like, did really cool like artwork on it and stuff like that. So I just like having stuff that people can't like copy.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, just making like a statement. And also once again just not giving a shit. Like, you know, wear what you want.
Yeah, that's awesome. I would never like think about painting my clothes. Like, that's very
fun.
Original. Is it?
It's very fun.
But don't you get scared of like messing up?
I mean,
Oh,
I messed up.
see.
You just gotta go with it, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't even look like that at all. It looks like very like natural.
I got these from like Value Village, some white pants. And I actually before I came here, I was like too boring. I had black spray paint. I'm pretty sure my leg's gonna be spray painted.
Oh, this was literally just now.
Yeah, and I just went. And it looks like shit, but that's okay.
It looks distressed, like it was done on purpose. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was just part of it.
No, I mean, it can look like crap and still kind of have some character.
As long as you pull it off and you're confident about it, no one will.
Yeah, it's like
believe
whatever.
it.
Yeah, it was on purpose.
That's awesome. Okay, well, thank you again.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, we'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.